It just doesn't make sense. But we've already spent that $1 million and some change, so that's gone. Now we're taking, what, $270,000 plus a chase vehicle for squads. Are we paying them in cash? Somebody answer me. Are we going to pay for those in cash?
Sure.
Sure. That's the attitude.
It's the wise thing to do.
Well,
I'll address that in a minute.
yeah, well, being wise, spending that kind of money is very questionable. The district owns 2 pieces of property. All that's happening to those 2 pieces of property is weeds are growing. Now, I know sometime down the road you want to build a station. But where are you going to put it? Are you going to use one of those pieces of property? If you are, what about the other one? Are you going to build 2 stations? Or are you going to build 1? If you don't need 2 pieces of property, why do we still own them? Why don't we move one of them? Try to get our money out of it. Probably make profit. It was bought so long ago, we could probably make a good profit on that piece, on one of those pieces of property. And you know, there's some money right there for you to be purchasing something that you want to pay cash for. We also said that the first out engine, station 1 and 2, should be set up as a complete medic engine. Reason being, a lot of times we can't run an engine and a squad at the same time. Why? We don't got enough people. So we set that engine up as a medic engine that would meet all the requirements to take care of a firefighter who would get hurt on a fire scene until we could get a squad there. Then it would be a help. At least we would have proper equipment on the scene with the fire truck. And I think we've already determined that, because we talked about it, that in a couple of the fires that we had here recently, the squad was not there for a good while after the fire had been in operation. So at least we would have something there to render paramedical level service if one of our firefighters would get hurt, until we could call Broadfield or whoever was going to come to take care of that firefighter. We talked about Station 3, and I sometimes feel like that's like beating your head on a wall. I understand the conditions at Station 3, but if I lived in Station 3's area, I probably would be a little bit upset that we don't have any fire support at all down there. We talked about a way to do that, to at least staff that station like we did for years, for 4 hours at night during a higher level call time. I still see that as having a lot of potential, but that seems to really fall on deaf ears, so I won't beat that too much. We've got to get our thinking towards making our firehouses have people in them, highly trained, staffing that will meet our daily needs. And whatever that takes, you have the money to do it tonight. You'll never lead me to believe that you don't have the money to do it. We proved it. Our numbers were even short of what you actually have in money. So we proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt that you could have 6 new firefighters on board by January 2009 and pay for them. But we don't have any. We don't have any new full-time firefighters on board. And we are going to be fortunate if we have any by January 2009, unless somebody decides to bite the bullet and make a commitment to manning stations. And I can look at each one of you board members sitting here, and I'll tell you to your face, you do not have a commitment to providing adequate staffing to the Madison Fire District to provide the service that we expect as citizens. None of you do. Because you've been you're working in the dark ages. You don't want to work in modern technology. You don't want to work with modern staffing. You don't want to follow the rules that are established by various organizations on what adequate staffing is. We're Madison, we do it different. And we're Madison, we do it different, and we do it wrong. That's the bottom line, people. That is the absolute bottom line. Why does Madison have to do it different, and when they do it different, do it wrong? Somebody please answer me that, because I'm really dumb and I don't understand that. We talked about needing additional equipment such as at some time down the road, and we didn't say now, but we need to be thinking about an elevated water, some kind of a ladder apparatus. We need to be thinking about a heavy rescue. We run enough accidents around here and enough with the railroad tracks and with I-90 and all the different throughways that we have here. We have had the need for a heavy rescue for years. And I didn't say buy it today, but if you wanted to buy it today, you could. We proved that also. So, we try to make every suggestion in the world within your budget. And when we presented this to you, we said that not only would you be able to do everything, buy the ladder truck, buy a heavy rescue, add staffing, everything that we said you could do, we said you could do all of that and still put $200,000 in the bank. Well, actually, you could have done all that because I was short $100,000 on my projection. So you could have done all of that and put $300,000 in the bank. How much money do you have to bank each year? Now, remember, I'm talking about adding people. I'm talking about buying squads. I'm talking about buying engines. I'm talking about buying a heavy rescue. I'm talking about buying a ladder truck. I'm talking about opening up Station 3. And you could have done all of that and still put $300,000 a year in your pocket. Now, where in the world are we going with this fire district? I don't know who to blame. I just hit the board a little bit because I don't think they have a commitment to running the kind of quality organization. I haven't picked on the chief tonight because I don't know whether he's limited by what you allow him to do. I certainly don't think that he likes to sit here in his office knowing that he's not got enough people in the station to operate it in a maximum efficiency. But what can he do about it? He can't do anything about it until you hire him some people. He can't do a darn thing about having staffing that part-timers are down, full-timers are stale, they haven't moved anywhere, and runs are going up. He can't do a darn thing about that until you people that control the vote and control the money make a decision to bite the bullet and say, we are going to adequately staff Madison Fire District. It's just inconceivable to me that we've gone this long since 1990.